Welcome to Module 1. We'll be discussing the foundation of virtual sales responding. Online businesses are growing pretty fast and attention is expensive. And so I normally give these examples to business owners why they need a virtual sales respondent. So with the algorithm in Facebook and Instagram, once I click an ad about a particular product I want to get, right? And I by chance get into your WhatsApp DM as the business owner, I'll send you a message on Instagram or Facebook. Guess what? Every other ad that shows up will be around that. So now I have chatted you up and there is nobody that responds to me in the next 3 days. But then because I've chatted you up, I'll get to see more ads. So because my patient level is low and I really need to get what I want to get, I'll chat someone else. And guess what? That person responds to me faster. Who makes the sale? The other person. That person has a conversation with me, give me clarity on what I'm trying to get. I ask a lot of questions because most times it's not that buyers do not have the money for the products they are reaching out to you. In fact, most times when somebody comes as a lead to inquire about a product, they've already made up their mind that they want to get it. So what they need is someone that will guide them to the purchase. So what are the things you need to understand? People don't just buy because they see an ad. In fact, if you check the Breaking Sales Limits brand page, which is the company that is bringing this course to you, realize that there's a post that says ads does not equal sales. Because then when I was still calling into digital marketing, I get to run ads. I keep telling customers that no, your ad does not guarantee sales. It is the fact that you have conversations with your customers in the DM that guarantees sales. So what are the practical examples where a VSR is needed in attending to Instagram DMs, WhatsApp business DMs, Instagram website live chats, practically where conversations are held around the business? Who is a virtual sales respondent? A virtual sales respondent is someone who responds to leads online, answers questions clearly, handles objection, guides process towards a buying decision. This is it. That is clearly the role of a virtual sales respondent. You are helping people. You are guiding them to make the best decision. You are not lying for people to make a sale. You are not lying to them. You are showing them that they indeed have a problem or a need and your product can solve it. It's just like someone that wants to get a wig and arrives at your DM as a wig seller. You want to make sure that you are able to convince them beyond reasonable doubt that you have the best option for them and how you want to make them feel how they will feel when they put on a great wig for an event that they are going for next. Are you seeing? That's you having a conversation with them and guiding them to make a purchase. Or someone that sells insurance. You want to show people why they need insurance. You want to show them the pain of not having to get an insurance policy and the joy of having one. VSR is not a spammer, it's not a code caller, or it's not a copy and paste robot. Why automations is beautiful, the role of a VSR cannot be neglected or overlooked. What a VSR is a conversation manager, a trust builder, a bridge between interest and purchase. So you are the middleman trying to walk your customer through the sales funnel from awareness stage to interest stage consideration to taking actions to make a purchase that they should afterward be so grateful to you for that they bought from, not the other way around that they are angry that they got it for you. Where can VSRs work? They can work with personal brands, coaches and consultants, online store, name it. Any business that has social media handles and sell online using social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, name it. And they get inquiries from this channel. They need a virtual sales respondent. And if you're a business owner taking this course, you have won. Platforms they operate on: WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, website chat tools, email. People that respond to customer inquiries on the go. Not just on the go, they have a system and a structure by which they are able to respond to customers fast, in detail. And they know, for example, when I did VSR for a particular brand, I was booking sessions with clients because sometimes when you respond to people say, oh, people come into my DMs and they don't respond to me on time. Or then those are the things that some of my clients were complaining of. When I finally get to chat them up, they take time to respond. I said, you need to understand that everybody that has clicked your ad is a busy person. They either own businesses, they are working 9 to 5. They do a lot of things that keep them busy. One of the ways to not get their attention and keep them is to first of all have a conversation with them around their availability. Now work with their availability. Call them by WhatsApp call or by normal call based on your conversation with them. Have real conversation. In fact, most times you want to dwell on what their challenges are, what they need the product for, rather than the product's features. You want to make them feel very, very, very important while having these conversations. So how VSR will get paid? You can get paid as monthly retainer, commission-based, hybrid, retainer plus commission, or you can get paid hourly. So depending on your agreements with your customer. And over time, we look forward to onboarding a lot of VSR in our company, Breaking Sales Limits. Please be on the lookout on our pages. Business leads will gladly pay VSRs because imagine that a particular business only makes 1 million monthly, and you as a VSR steps into that company and you're able to close this for them and they make 3 million for the first time a month. Just imagine. So a VSR is very important because they will prevent lead losses, they will save time, and they will increase conversion. So if you do not have one and you don't have time to do all these things I have shared, make sure you get VSRO employed in your company. So like I earlier said, buyers do not necessarily not have the money to purchase the product. The buyer psychology is that they want clarity. Once you are clear about a product, you are most likely going to get sales. They need clarity. They need someone to hold them by the hand and walk them through and convince them that they are making the best decision by buying that product. And that's where the VSR comes in. Most times, buyers are scared. They have a lot of things they would want to use their money to do. Are they making the best decision? They are asking, will this work for me? Is this worth my money? Can I trust this brand? For some of them that have been wrongly used by some online vendors before, trust has now become an issue. Maybe they got a particular item online before, and what I ordered versus what I got. So how do I convince you to buy again after you were defrauded online? So this is where the VSR will come. What if I make a mistake? So the role of a VSR is to reduce their fear, answer clearly, reassure calmly, and guide patiently. So one of the skills you will need as a VSR is patience. If you are not a patient person, you cannot do VSR. Like I said, it is not a spamming avenue. It's not an avenue to start calling people 15 times a day. In fact, as you journey through this course and we give you resources afterwards, you realize that one of the most formidable sales skill is patience. Is your ability to wait for a customer and call them only when they ask you to. Sometimes it's silence in the conversations that close the sale. Sometimes it's you giving them a break and they're like, is this person not even serious about closing this deal? And then when you finally chat them up, they'll be like, I thought you are no longer interested, or you're no longer going to call to close this deal. So many people will think that they do not need a VSR. Like I keep telling business owner, a social media manager is not a VSR. It's not a virtual sales respondent. That's VSR. Every time you hear VSR in this course, it is what? For virtual sales respondent. Your community manager is not a VSR. Your digital marketer is not a VSR. Okay? Your staff in the office is not a VSR. Your virtual assistant is not a VSR, except you get them this course and decide to learn sales as a skill. Because sales is a skill. So if you're going to maximize your leads, so you hear customers saying, I have 500 leads from the last ad and nobody buys. It is not necessarily about the quality of the leads. It's that there was no VSR to close deals with these clients and get them to make purchase faster. So we would look forward to see you in the next module. What have we discussed so far? Why online sales is conversation based. People want to talk to real people. Everywhere is filled with automations. So when they contact your customer, your brand or your business, they should meet a real person. What a virtual sales respondent does, we have discussed that, where VSR works and how much they earn from, how buyers think, and how VSR are not other roles that you have in your companies, and why you need to employ one or get your staffs this training. Thank you so much, and see you in module 2.